Welcome back to this channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. How did a group of nomadic tribes from the harsh, barren steppes of Central Asia rise to create the largest contiguous empire the world has ever seen? What was the secret behind the Mongol Empire's unstoppable force? A force that swept across continents, leaving empires trembling in its wake? The answer lies not just in their brutality, but in a combination of strategy, discipline, and a vision that turned a scattered people into a machine of conquest. This is the story of why the Mongol Empire was so strong. The Mongols were forged in one of the harshest environments on Earth. The vast, open steppes of Mongolia shaped them into a people who were tough, resourceful, and incredibly resilient. From a young age, Mongol children learned to ride horses and use a bow, skills that would be essential in their future as warriors. Life on the steppe was brutal and unforgiving. Only the strong survived. But it wasn't just their environment that made the Mongols fierce. It was their culture. Loyalty to the tribe and to one's leader was paramount. Betrayal was met with severe punishment, often death. The Mongols lived by a code that valued strength, courage, and loyalty above all else. This created a warrior culture that was not only physically strong, but also mentally unbreakable. And at the heart of this culture was a man who would unite the Mongol tribes and lead them to glory: Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan, born as Temujin, was not just a ruthless warrior. He was a visionary leader and a military genius. He understood that the key to uniting the Mongol tribes and creating an empire was not just through fear, but through loyalty and merit. Under his rule, the Mongol army was not just a collection of warriors. It was a highly organized, disciplined, and efficient fighting force. Genghis Khan implemented a strict code of law known as the Yasa, which enforced discipline and loyalty among his men. He promoted based on merit, not birthright, ensuring that the best and most capable leaders rose through the ranks. This meritocracy created a sense of unity and purpose within the Mongol army that was unmatched by any other force of the time. Moreover, Genghis Khan was a master of psychological warfare and deception. He used these tactics to intimidate and demoralize his enemies before the battle even began. He spread false information, created confusion, and used fear as a weapon just as effectively as he used his sword. The combination of these strategies made the Mongol army a fearsome and nearly invincible force on the battlefield. The Mongol military was not just powerful, it was revolutionary. The Mongols were experts in mobility, able to cover vast distances in a short time, often surprising their enemies with sudden and unexpected attacks. Their mastery of horseback warfare allowed them to outmaneuver and outflank enemies who were often slower and less coordinated. One of the key factors in their military strength was their use of composite bows, which were more powerful and accurate than the bows used by their enemies. The Mongols could shoot with deadly precision even while riding at full speed, making them formidable opponents in battle. But the Mongols' strength wasn't just in their weapons. It was in their strategies. They used a combination of speed, surprise, and psychological warfare to defeat their enemies. They would often feign retreat, luring their enemies into a trap before turning around and annihilating them. This tactic, known as the feigned flight, became one of their most effective strategies. In addition, the Mongols were incredibly adaptable. They learned from the cultures they conquered, adopting new technologies and techniques that made them even more formidable. For example, after encountering Chinese engineers, they quickly adopted siege warfare techniques, allowing them to conquer heavily fortified cities that would have been nearly impossible for them to take otherwise. While the Mongols were unparalleled on the battlefield, their strength as an empire lay in their ability to govern and manage their vast territories. Genghis Khan and his successors understood that to maintain control over such a large and diverse empire, they needed more than just brute force. They needed effective administration. The Mongols implemented a system of communication and governance that was ahead of its time. They established the Yam, a relay system of riders that allowed messages to be sent across the empire at incredible speeds. This network ensured that the Khan was always informed of events across his vast empire and could respond quickly to any threats. The Mongols also practiced religious tolerance, allowing the people of their empire to practice their own faiths as long as they remained loyal to the Khan. This policy helped to prevent uprisings and rebellions, as the conquered peoples felt less oppressed under Mongol rule than they might have under other conquerors. Additionally, the Mongols promoted trade and cultural exchange across their empire. The Silk Road flourished under Mongol rule, connecting the East and West in a way that had never been possible before. This not only enriched the Mongol Empire, but also strengthened its control over its vast territories by creating economic dependencies. The Mongol Empire was not just strong because of its military might, but because of the vision, discipline, and adaptability of its people. From the harsh steppes of Mongolia to the far reaches of Europe and Asia, the Mongols created an empire that was unparalleled in its time. Their strength came from a unique combination of factors. A. Warrior culture forged in a brutal environment. The genius of Genghis Khan, revolutionary military tactics, and a system of governance that allowed them to control the largest empire the world has ever seen. This is why the Mongol Empire was so powerful. A force that changed the course of history and left a legacy that still echoes today.